So, we are still in the demolition conversation. Now, one of the silliest claims that people make on the social media when we talk about what is happening in Lagos and the political tension, the ethnic tension going on in southern Nigeria, is for our southeastern brethren to come and tell us they developed Lagos. Now, let us even play by your logic. Let us play by your logic and so accept that you developed Lagos. So if you developed Lagos, does that mean you should now contravene all the laws of Lagos because you developed the state? Is that what you're trying to say? That you can be lawless, build on canals, build on unapproved land, build on government land, just because you developed a place? Now, that is playing by your logic. That does not mean I accept you do that, because, of course, I know. There was a time we had a live stream where we brought, because on TikTok, the live stream on TikTok is more interactive. So we usually have a debate. The same thing goes for X too. It's more interactive. And we brought a lot of our Igbo brothers up and asked them, how did you develop Lagos? How did you develop anywhere in Nigeria? Because if you claim to have developed someone else's land, we should see the example in your own land. Yes, we should see the example in your own land. Now, that day we talked about the parameters of development. What are the parameters of development? We are talking about development. One of the parameters of development is infrastructure. It is improved standard of living. It is improved cost of living. It is improved, access to health facilities, access to social amenities. Those are the parameters of development. Now, for those of you who have been claiming to have developed Lagos, you are doing wonders in Lagos, you are doing this in Lagos, which of these things did you use your money to create in Lagos? Did you build any roads for Lagos State? Did you build any hospital for Lagos State? Any university? Any public school? Any of the train stations? Which of these things did you do for Lagos State for you to claim that you built Lagos or you developed Lagos? There's a video of an elderly man going about claiming that, Louis Ojukwu, his father, this one, they developed Lagos. Lagos was a swamp, this and that. Anybody who knows the history of Lagos knows that there was already a seaport in Lagos before the amalgamation of Nigeria. And what brought that seaport was the volume of trade that has started in Lagos since around the 1400s. Number one, with the coming of the Portuguese to meet the Aworis in their land. Anybody who knows that history of Lagos knows that before the 1920s that the Igbos got to Lagos, Lagos had its commercial life, its economic buoyancy. And what we know as the development that Lagos has been building on, successive governments have been building on in Lagos already started during that time. Yes, it already started. Lagos has always been a place of commerce. It has always been. It was a hub of the slave trade, if you don't know. So, how people who came in 1920 are claiming to have built Lagos is the funniest joke of the century. Now, as I have said before, I said, what then? You will claim that Lagos was the former capital of Nigeria. It was built with federal government money. No, that's not true. What was the federal capital of Nigeria was from Marina. I've said it before. I think it ended in Yaba, around a place in Yaba. That's what the former capital of Nigeria. The other parts of Lagos all the mainland of Lagos was part of the old Western region and was developed with the money of the old Western region. Not with the money of the federal government it is the oil money that is used to develop. No. Now, some will say we are paying taxes. Every business in Lagos is paying tax. Every business. Now, you are not the only ones who do business in Lagos. In fact, statistics have shown that out of the 50 biggest conglomerates that contribute the highest to the IGR of Lagos, 39 of them are owned by Yoruba people. 5 are owned by Igbos. 4 are owned by Hausas. 1 is owned by an Ikwere man. 1 is owned by a Calabar man. And I think 1 is owned by an Edo man. So, that is to tell you that the major contribution to the taxes that Lagos is boasting of today comes from Yoruba people, Yoruba businesses, Yoruba conglomerates. Now, let's leave Lagos. For some of you have been saying you are the ones contributing, we are the one developing Lagos. I don't know if you have been to Oyo State. Are you also the one developing Oyo State? Are you? Now, Ondo State has the lowest index of poverty in Nigeria. Are you also the one who made that possible? Are you? Many of you do not know that it is easier to access health facility, health infrastructure in some of the southwest states that you are looking down on and saying they are not as developed as Lagos than to access in Lagos. And it's even cheaper. So, you cannot claim to have developed Lagos if all you do in Lagos is true. Yes, you build shopping complexes. Is it part of development? Development for yourself, for your own business. That's the money you generate there does not go to the government. It goes to your purse. It goes to your covers. You only pay a little to the government. And in fact, it has been discovered that most of the middle scale and lower small SMEs, the SMEs in most parts of Lagos and the southwest do not actually pay taxes as they should to the government. It was one of the reasons for the tax reform bill that many Nigerians do not know. They do not actually remit their taxes to the government. The businesses that actually remit to government are those corporate organizations, which many of them are not owned by those who are claiming to develop Lagos. Have a nice time.